Hello everyone, this is Vickieverlie. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. This is Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess, and welcome to your April 2014 Tarotscope and Astrology Forecast. Well, that one kind of wanted to flip, so I'm going to throw it out. Oh, that was the card in the last one. That was the first card out in the last reading. Huh. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to get a few more here. Okay, these want to come out. Okay. Let's see. And these two want to come out. Oh, okay, so that's a nice round out for the whole spread. Well, you know, the moon in reverse is always a card of just not really being in clarity here, not having a lot of clarity. The number one thing with this is it's often drug abuse, overuse of drug or alcohol, escaping reality. It can also represent mental illness, somebody who's not quite in touch with reality because they have a mental illness. So that's showing up as something that's been around. And sometimes it's that you just don't even have clarity about your own life. It could just be you, like you have blinders on to your whole life. Also, because the sun and the moon are in the spread, this is the month of where the eclipses are starting. And these eclipses are powerful, and they're going to impact everybody pretty powerfully. So we're going to have to pay special attention to that when we change over and look at the chart here in a little bit. Hermit in reverse, that's several meanings. You know, what I'm looking at here too, you've got three big major arcana cards. So I feel like higher forces are at work, but I'm just getting like you're not really hearing it too. You know, moon is your own psychic ability and your own intuition and your own dreams and everything. So sometimes we're not tuned into that. Sometimes we're not getting it. And with Hermit there, that could definitely be a factor. The Hermit is the wise elder. I feel the Hermit is always the wise elder. The Hermit's not hiding in a cave to hide. He's not hiding from anybody. You know, he's not hiding out. He is shining a light and having enlightenment. And you can't have enlightenment if you're always chatting and always out in the world and all this, you know. You need to get away from people. You need to spend time by yourself in order to have clarity, in order to get enlightenment. So, and it also is your subconscious mind, your higher self, I use the Hermit for. And it also can be somebody, an actual person outside of yourself, a wise, it could be a lawyer. I'm not really picking up lawyer real strong, but it could be. Or it could be just a wise person, you know. It could be a wise elder of in any type of field. Or it could be somebody in your family who's a wise elder, somebody that you go to for advice, maybe. Well, or somebody who's giving you advice. But the thing is here, with that in reverse, I feel like you're not listening to it, whatever it is. You're not listening to the advice from the Hermit, whether that's coming from within you, or whether this is an outside person. And it's not working out too good. It's not really working out too good. You're ignoring wise advice. And you're ignoring your gut, and you're ignoring your intuition, or you have up to this point. And Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So that's saying some kind of money thing's not really going to fly for you. A new beginning in money. And usually it could be a new project, but a lot of times Ace of Pentacles is just flat out some new job you want, or a raise. You know, that kind of new beginning in money. It's like real down to earth, real mundane. Just meat and potatoes. I'm applying to this job. Oh, I didn't get it. And maybe somebody said, well, if you want to get it, you know, don't go into the interview dressed like that. Maybe you should dress a different way. And you ignored them and you went in. I mean, it could be just that simple, or it could be much deeper than that, depending on where you want to go with it. But somehow, you not listening to this inner guidance or this wise elder, whether it's part of yourself or somebody else, may have prevented you from getting this little money here. I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't even think it's close to the end of the world. And maybe this is just mistakes you made in the past. Maybe this isn't even coming up, because it's definitely quickly going into the past. These cards over here are very, very nice. Knight of Cups is here and Page of Cups. As I've said in other videos, I very seldom use the Page of Cups to actually represent a person. I always feel the Page of Cups is a spirit, a discarnate soul. And with the Sun, often it is a spirit of a baby around. So maybe we're gonna find out somebody's pregnant. Now, Knight of Cups is showing up there, so it could be a male. So maybe this is your son and you find out the daughter-in-law is pregnant, or, you know, this is your brother and you find out the sister-in-law is pregnant. Or maybe the child's going to be a boy, you find out it's a boy. And with all this water, too, if this is a pregnancy, probably going to be born in the time of water. So let's see, April, what's 9 months from April? So that would be like January. That actually won't even work out. Well, I'll give you the water signs. It's we're in Pisces now, then we're going to have Cancer, which is late June and July. And then we have Scorpio, which is late October and November. And then, of course, Pisces, late February, March. So there's a chance that this child might be born, if this is a child, it might be born in the time of Pisces. I said Pisces because I was looking at this card and that fish popped out at me. But as I said earlier, it could be any of the water signs. But sometimes when I say the wrong thing, it's the right thing too. So I was going to say something else and I saw the fish and I said Pisces, so maybe it will be a Pisces. Since the fish popped out at me, we just had Pisces time. You know, it was our last month. So maybe this is something that you did start in Pisces time in late February, March. But I feel like mainly what I'm feeling about this is some kind of creative venture, something you're working on. You are going to get these sparks of ideas that are going to come through. You are building this up, building this project. You're hard at work at it. The inspiration has come. Maybe you were blocked for inspiration and now it's come to you. This is some sort of idea that's come through. You're going to make it happen in the real world. Maybe it's this, because sometimes I use this card for schooling too. So maybe the enlightenment is, well, I always wanted to do this, and maybe I can go to school and become that now. Or maybe I just needed 3 more classes to finish my degree. I might as well just go back and finish it now. But this is always something, it's not about the money with these cards. It's not like I'm going to go to take some classes just so I can make money, and I hate it. I love it. I'm in the flow of it. I feel like I'm in my flow when I'm doing these things. The other thing I want to say is when I'm reading for everybody like this, this may not be a male at all. You know, this would be, it could be male or female, but if this does represent an actual person, of course they would maybe be a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And they may be somebody that you'll be collaborating with or is going to help bring this into being or bring this into the world with you. So it could be a birth of a child, it could be a birth of an idea. I'm feeling really strong it's a birth of an idea. And it could be all of the above, too. It could even be like how many people, a lot of these entrepreneurs, you know, maybe you're going to develop something that is for kids. Maybe you're going to write a children's book. Maybe you're going to come up with some product idea that's for babies, car seat, a new car seat, or, you know, something on those kind of lines, something like that. There's something about this I don't know, I want to say it's elementary. I want to say it's very simple, so it could be a simple idea. But when I close my eyes, I almost see like stacking blocks, ABC blocks. So maybe a toy for small children. Maybe it's just elementary. It's A, B, and C. Maybe it's a 3-part plan. I'm not exactly sure, but something about this. I want to say elementary, and I see those little kids' blocks being stacked up around that. So change, you know, listening more to your intuition, and it's going to bring you the success that you're seeking. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this chart, because it is a crucial month for the astrology, because we're having our eclipses this month, the first set of eclipses for 2014. So what I'm going to do is put Sagittarius on the ascendant, and for those of you that don't know, the ascendant and the rising sign are the same thing. So if you know your rising sign or you know your ascendant, you could take a look at that also. So there's 2 eclipses. The first one is occurring on April 15th in the sign of Libra. And so for you, that's going to be in your 11th house of friends and associates. Now the full moon eclipse often does take things out of our lives. It eclipses things out. It takes it away. And, you know, that might be saying that you might not fare so well in the moon, with the moon in reverse over here. You know, the lunar eclipse, you may people you may separate from some people, from a group that you've been in contact with or a part of. And maybe that's what this is even saying, because you definitely have to look at things from a different way. And when you're in a group of people, that collective, group consciousness kind of gets in there. And again, here it was telling us, Hermit, you need to spend time alone. I'm not saying you have to break off with these people and, oh, I'm never hanging around with you again. But maybe you don't have to participate. Or maybe these are, with Moon in reverse, maybe these guys are drinking all the time on the weekends and you're spending all your time partying with them when you could be spending your time on creative endeavors. I mean, it could be a lot of different things like that. But there's going to be a change or ending. You're going to retract yourself away from some group that you associate with. You're going to pull away from them, Hermit. Okay, so that's the first one. And the second one is the new moon eclipse. And that's where the solar eclipse. So we have the moon here and the sun. I want to say this is the lunar, this is the solar. And look at all the good cards around the solar one too. For you, it's occurring in your 6th house of work. Well, work and health. But primarily I think of the 6th house as work. So a new beginning and work. So a new way of doing your work, a new way of doing it so it's pleasurable and it's not taxing, that you enjoy it and you get fulfillment out of it. So that's definitely, and this is I'm sorry, I don't know if I mentioned the date, it's April 29th. So that's definitely a great day for a new job. Also, because it is the house of health, it would be a good day to start any kind of health regimen or do a cleanse or a new workout routine or, any kind of thing that you're wanting to do to improve your health. You could probably have great success if you started it somewhere around the time of April 29th. All right, so that about does it for our little mini reading. This is sort of a glimpse into what it's like to have an actual reading with me. And of course, if you got an actual reading, I'd be tuning into you specifically, and we'd run your chart and we'd look at the planetary aspects in your birth chart. People have asked me about my deck, so I'm going to do a quick thing. It's called the Hanson-Roberts deck. Hanson, Hanson, Roberts, Roberts. And I've used this deck for years and years. I've worn out bunches of them. I like it. I like the design. It's got kind of like a Celtic design, swirly on the back, and I like the illustrations on the card. Another big factor of why I like this deck so much is that it fits in your hand nice, and it's easy to get your hands around to grab and shuffle. I like that. And I've stuck with it as my primary deck. I do have quite a collection of tarot decks, but this is the primary deck that I do the readings with all the time. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for donating. I've been starting to receive some donations, and it makes it worthwhile for me to continue to do these free readings every month with the donations, and I do appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you that have been emailing me and signing up for readings and meeting the new people. That's been very enjoyable for me. Thank you so much for watching and sharing and commenting on my videos. I want to remind you that you are love and beauty incarnate. This is Vickieverlie, the rock and roll prophetess, and I'll speak to you soon. What is orgonite? Originally discovered in the 1930s by Wilhelm Reich, orgone energy, or etheric energy, is present in living things, including the human body. Reich proposed that illness occurs when our etheric body is out of balance, and that positive orgone energy could realign the etheric field, thus facilitating healing and balance of one's life force, chi or prana. It has since been scientifically proven that energy called piezoelectricity, meaning electricity resulting from pressure, is created by the compression of certain materials such as quartz crystals, wood, salt, sugar, ceramics, and bones. As the resin cures in an orgonite piece, it shrinks and compresses the organic matter contained within. The energy emitted creates a positive energy generator. You really can feel the energy coming forth from these pieces. Orgonite clears the air and neutralizes negative emotions as well as electronic clutter from our high-tech devices. Each orgonite piece is lovingly hand-created using intuitive pairing of materials to enhance and raise vibration and aid in ascension and a spiritual awakening. I use materials from nature, including the bark from a sacred willow for grounding, and gold flakes to emulate the golden light basking down from the higher dimensions. Visit my Etsy shop for a wide selection of handmade orgone pieces, especially designed for spiritual growth, including heart opening, chakra alignment and activation, and more. Visit www.orgoneenergyflow.etsy.com to see more beautiful orgone pieces. And remember, you are love and beauty incarnate.